Okay, I figured I'd get this out of the way first. Just because I riff on a show doesn't mean I don't like it. Like Monsters vs. Aliens? That thing can burn in a fire for all I care. Kamen Rider? I appreciate each season for what it does, flaws and all. And though I think 01 is the weakest of the Railroad Rider shows, and we'll get to that in the video, I still like the show. Like, yeah, it has problems, but I'm not going to ignore them and just put this thing on a pedestal. Plus, 01 is the first rider in a new era of Kamen Rider. It deserves a tiny bit of slack. Like so, this opening isn't my favorite of the Railroad Riders. In fact, I doubt anyone can dethrone Geats anytime soon. But it's still a great song. It deserves its merit. And I can very much appreciate that they want to try and keep the first rider of an era similar to Ichigo. Like the first rider of Heisei was Kuga, and he was a beetle-based. And here we have 01, who's based on a grasshopper, just like Ichigo. You know, considering Arc was also involved with creating a Shining Assault Hopper, I'm surprised he didn't take the opportunity to try and possess, well, 01, because he tries that later with Metal Cluster Hopper. Oh, this? You're just in the Matrix. Watch out for those agents, though. They might de-res you. You know, I never realized how much Shining Assault Hopper is basically an Iron Man suit. It's even got a chest reactor. Though, wait, is this exclusive to Assault forms, or Shining Assault specifically? Because how come we never see Assault Wolf do this? You guys remember the Buzz Lightyear Christmas special I did a while back? And my frustrations with how robots that are actually sapient don't understand why other robots can't be more sapient? Yeah, this is a big sticking point for me in 01. It's kind of infuriating. Because I like the idea of Metsubo Jinrai. They're a robotic group that want robots to be treated with more respect and therefore reach singularity, basically self-awareness. But they force them to connect to Metsubo Jinrai and then turn them violent. So in trying to achieve their goal of robot equality in a sense, they're just using their own kind as tools. Guess that sums up war pretty well. So, this whole train wreck of a thing connects back to one person, just like the Fishman Island plot from One Piece. Only here it's not as contrived as it is borderline stupid. I'll get back to that. But it's odd that Jin, as a sapient Humagear who has achieved singularity, didn't find it odd he was just killing humans for no reason. Or by just following the Zealot Hornby's orders, which he was getting from Arc, he was basically degrading himself into a tool. Oh, shh, careful! Be very careful when you say you want salmon for Christmas. There's a gangler out there who adores giving people salmon for Christmas. He was strong enough to give Lupin Ranger and Paddle Ranger a hard time. Okay, yes, Arc is still alive. And yes, Humagears can still go rogue to an extent, but you're the jerk-off who built Arc. You're the one who's just gonna keep fueling the fire, spiraling everything into deeper and deeper chaos. It's what makes you the make it or break it part of 01. And thus, my point. The dude created Skynet. And he did all this, and follow me on this one, to discredit his rival company's product, to which he will then reveal his own product, and therefore take over his rival company and assimilate it into his own. Aside from the fact that's basically Schrodinger from the 5th season of Yu-Gi-Oh!, he's essentially doing all this because he has immense daddy issues. I cannot begin to describe how stupid that is. You know, it's surprising that doesn't end up shooting you in the foot, Thouser. Especially considering that Aruto already went public about no more Humagears going rogue. And considering you own the only other company that has the technology to make Prigrise keys and extinction risers, people are probably going to start wondering. You know, logic would dictate, considering that these Humagears have extinction risers and Prigrise keys, that someone gave it to them? You ever think that it wasn't specifically Mitsubo Jinrai who kept providing them with that stuff? But one of the best things that 01 does right is the transformation sequence. It's just beautiful. And the sound effects. Ooh, crisp. What? Still investigating? You saw one of their only members blow up, and your other party member happens to have them in custody. So obviously it's not Mitsubo Jinrai. Clearly someone else is giving these Humagears the technology to transform into Magia. I don't know. How long are you planning to be on a callous and condescending bastard? Okay, you did all this to discredit your rival company's product and to eventually take over and assimilate with their organization, making it all yours. But tell me, Thouser, what were you planning to do with Arc when all that was said and done? I'll tell you what ended up happening. You waited too long, and Arc managed to get himself a body, and then he promptly kicked your anus into your brain. Fucking idiot.